Good evening, everyone. I'm Ron. Welcome, everyone, to today's meditation practice. Is anyone here for the first time? Thank you, and thank you for showing up. Thank you. Thank you for coming. We have a few announcements before we start. If you haven't already silenced your cell phones, please do so at this time and put your phones away so you can be fully present for the talk and meditation. If you must use your phone, do so outside of the meditation hall. We invite you to join us for our weekly Tuesday events with Medicine Buddha, practice at 6 p.m. and our public talk at 7 p.m. Next Tuesday will be a special event. At 7 p.m., the Venerable Monks will perform a powerful ceremonial healing puja for well-being and physical and mental health. We will also be sending heartfelt prayers for the good health and long life of His Holiness, the Dalai Lama, and for the swift and complete recovery of our beloved teacher, Geshe Pende, following his recent medical procedure. Wednesday evenings at 7 p.m., the Drepung Loseling monks conduct evening prayers for His Holiness, the Dalai Lama's long life and other teachers. On Thursdays at 4:30 p.m., the Drepung Loseling monks conduct the Protector Puja for smooth journeys, success of interviews and medical treatments, new businesses, etc. The start date of our popular 5-class foundation series has changed from January 10th to January 17th. It's led by Geshe Gawang Pende. This beginner-friendly series will be held online via Zoom, beginning with the introduction to Buddhism. The series continues through May with retreats on 4 universal Buddhist meditation practices. Completion of this series is required before enrolling in the intermediate series and other retreats. As a reminder, please do not park on the grass, along the driveway, or behind the building. If the lot is full, overflow parking can be found via Skyland Drive at the John Lewis Elementary School. Only access the school parking via Skyland Drive and walk through to our site. Information on all events can be found in the lobby and on our website at drepung.org. If anyone is interested in volunteer opportunities to get more involved in supporting our center and programs, please see me or our volunteer coordinator, Mr. Michael Duffel. If you are interested in becoming a member to support our ongoing programs and take advantage of benefits like discounts on courses and retreats, applications are available in the library. You can also register online. There is a donation box, a little red box, near the entrance to this room. Your generous support helps us continue to offer programs and services like this to our Atlanta community and to those around the world through our online platforms. Now please stand as we invite our teacher, Geshe Zongpa Rinpoche, Gonsa Rinpoche, to come in for today's talk.
Gade gade para sangade bude soha taya tha gade gade para sangade bude soha taya tha gade gade para sangade bude soha. For immeasurable. May all beings have happiness, may they be free from suffering, may they find the joy and that has never known suffering, may they be free from attachment and hatred. May all beings be happiness, may they be free from suffering, may they find a joy that has never known suffering, may they be free from attachment and hatred. May all beings have happiness, may they be free from suffering, may they find a joy that has never been suffering, may they be free from attachment and hatred. Saji pege junshi mento tam rirab nishin yinda gyamba sangye jindo midebu drogo namda jingla jubar shu idam gurura namandala ganiratayami. I have to read all this. Okay, just let me. Last.
Dari pepe topa tsangma tang ane je taidong ne sitegen tsangma la ya ane kumrui kya la ya na kumru tele sinishuya tang.
First of all, I would like to say good evening to everyone.
Taring ngazu ma tatan ma je de ma shoya gi da de joji de ngazu goncha shangzi se de joji ti tone da ngazu ma godo se gore da de tol ma ji shoya de sha.
So today's topic is on universal loving kindness. So I have to talk about the universal loving kindness.
Tanda da goncha shangzi se de zamala ya tande chi korang la ya chi su ne ma ji sang tang bai na goncha zamala ya 참말이야 ya chade ba ji le ya goncha la go res ane shamzi lo de zamala ta shamba dang zawa la go res ta chamba se de ane dawa tang dewi ki jodan dena samba tang dawa to na sambe samba ane zawa lo de zamala dongye ji jodan dena sambe samba tang dongye tang dena sambe samba tela ane zawa sigyo res.
So when we say the word universal loving kindness, there's two syllables, like two words, different words. Universal means not for a small, like it's not. It's for whole, whole universe. It means not for a small part or like a special things. It's universal means whole, and loving kindness means love and kindness. So when we talk about the love and kindness, love means it's a wish. It's a wish. May the whole sentient being become. What we say is may whole sentient being will make. May whole sentient being feel joy. Joyness. May whole become. They will get a joyful life. Joyful, right? Joy, love, and kindness is a sewa, means may whole sentient beings free from suffering. So this is a two word, love, kindness. Love means may whole sentient being get a joyful life, and the kindness is may whole sentient being become free from suffering.
Tandelia Nambigi Shone Tigi Citalia Tanya Concha Shantia Citi Tanyelia Ane Shamba Chambo Tang Ane Hiji Chambo Sinia Laguyores.
So in Buddhist perspective, in Buddhism, we said that Chamba Chembo means what we say Chamba as Chamba means what we say joyful, right? So Chamba Chembo means it's like it's a because the intention, intention of those who practice is intention is for not for only for a few sentient beings, but is for whole sentient beings. That is why he said that Chamba Chembo means not for small means specific communities, but this is the wish. This is for whole sentient beings. That's why we say Chamba Chembo. And the kindness also we said the Nyingshe Chembo means is a what this and the word shows us that it is not for a specific or some specific tradition, or what we say, specific communities or some specific, some group of people. It is the wish is for whole sentient beings.
Oh, da Gonsa Shantideva da ngazul da jul da misi yomar da Gonsa Shantideva. Yinayang Jamba dan Zawa Sayate ngazul da ji ranjing ki yodeba jire.
So universal loving kindness is right now we didn't have this type of feeling right now, but we have love kindness. Because we have a love and kindness, not a universal love and kindness. We didn't have we didn't have this type of experience or feeling, for whole universe, for this type of wish for the whole universe we didn't have, but we have love and kindness.
Da ngazul da danda o tendegi da Shamba dan Zawa dan ngazul ki jula da yodeba de kandesene ha gogo resana. Ane da ngazul tambo ma tuma ma jibi kane da bogo chungchung da ma jibi kane kya ko hama go tende ma jibi ka ge bogo tele ya senle ya ji pagene chun pama dan tezu ki chun shangzi dan tende jibi ka le ya susu ki tele ya ji pa Zawa le ya da pa ganang che ya ne susu le ya ji Shinang dan ngata tende le de samala susu tele ya magaya che ya tende ki ta kanda bogo chungchung tele ya ji shangzi je yu pama le ya shangzi je toya ki sanglu de bogo chungchung kane yodeba jire.
So take an example, for example, when we are very young, so at that time we have, when our parents, with the young time, when we are very young, due to the parents' love and kindness, we survive, right? So at that time also, if you take the example of the young children, so the young ourselves also, we have some, we have a love and we have a kindness toward our parents. So it shows us that we have love and kindness. It's us every time, means the love and kindness. As I said earlier, we didn't have a universal love and kindness, but we have love and kindness. From that example, we can understand that we have a love and kindness because of when parents love toward us. At that time, we have some feelings. We have some, the feelings toward them. It shows us that we have from the love and kindness is with us from every time. Means it is with us.
Ane o tena jinki ta ya tende ki phama ki shanse ta susu phama la temba la tene ane tende ki shanse ki hole ya rani so chalong chene ya yonde ya jirawa.
So what he want to Rinpoche, what he want to talk us is what he want to state us is he said that the like love and kindness is not a thing that we have to what we say we have to bring it from outside. It is with us every time. So for example, we are survive with the love and kindness. Without love and kindness, it's difficult to survive, right? Due to the loving kindness, of parents, we survive. So it's we are very what we say that due to the loving kindness we survive. We depend on love and kindness.
Ane taya so chalong je chai jela ane yang ji ta lao da ya doya da bo tendi ja ji chabe kale na ya ane lao da na ki ane gigen dang le je ba dang ane su lo thu de zu gi da xiang zi dang ane su de zu la den ne ane so zu le ya ji xian dang ane su me xie ba de zu ji sebo ha koya tendi ki ko to tendi yong dia de ya gigen dang an de zu ki xiang zi dang so zu yin na de le ya ji yi che dang ane tendi ki zawa tendi ki ye zo ki to ne ane da ji xian dang chama yong dia ji cha de yo ro.
So as earlier we are depend on love and kindness, right? We are survive due to love and kindness. For example, when we start our for example, when some young children when he try to learn, when it's a time to go to school, at that time also when we are in the school, at that time the teacher and other those who the persons who take care of all the school stuff, right? So we are survive due to their love and kindness. So we are depend on love and kindness. Even for example, if teacher didn't have a love toward the student, it's difficult to get knowledge, all the knowledge from the teacher, right? So it's also show us that we are depend, we are survive, we are depend on love and kindness.
Tezu tindesine shokuya de karin tolo shokuya sana ta sozo rangi ta xiangchung jene changlong chungsa ki pama tang sozo ki xianyue rasa ki gegen tang ane degi zhole ya zendro tang lotu wale tinde ki jiangzi wole yongdewa de kandesine haku ure sana ane tela tene ta xiangzi tang tinde to ne tinde ki mebaye na ane rangi la ya xianyue tang tinde ya yong kabo yora la ane chi changlong chi ya ki tinde ya yong to yo ma res.
So why I talk about love and kindness? Because it is very important that we are survive. We are depend on love and kindness. As I earlier, from if the mother, if a parent didn't have love toward us or kindness toward us, it's difficult to survive us. And also, when we are in school or when we are in college, right? At the time, the teacher, those who teach us, if they have no love and kindness toward the student, it's difficult to get all the knowledge, right? So these examples, this show us that we are depend on love, kindness, and we are survive due to the love and kindness.
Tinte yung songzang ane susuki yena ya ta pama tsule ya chi dewa chi toru chena pama tsule ya dongge chi ma jungrong chona sambeke ane pama le ya xiangzi rangshin ki yode ya ji chagor tena ji susuki gigen tang lo tu tang tsule yena ya kozule ya chi dongge chi ma jungrong chena ane dewa chi jungru chena sambe samba xiangzi ke samba de susuki denyang to lo le de ya chi da sosole xiangzi se ya de yode ya chi tendesne hako toku doas.
So also from example you can see when due to their kindness, love kindness, we survive, right? So now right now we have some feeling like maybe may my mother, my parents, my parents get a joyful life. May my teacher get a joyful life. May my teacher and may my mother, may my parents free from suffering, right? So this shows us that the love kindness is always with us.
That Tindigi da Yital Yubi Shantideva and Tanda Shutiaki Gigantan, Pama, Chibuchi Tolia Yudabate, Tindigi Shantideva, Dapa, Suzuki, Dachi, Nanju Junga Mesa, Jawa Mesa, Tindigi Pamagi, Sinchen, Tang, Ani Temasegi, Ani Ranila Junaji, Magasatan. Rani ki tanchi ki tao matumba tindi ki dala soba tezula yene tindi ki shanse de pa ane lojane tindi ki shanse yede ba chi so toya tang tindi ki tela mibi ki shanse ta nye tang tra tang pa tsamale ya shanse le toya ki shanse tela ane kuncha shanse seya ki tarin ta jeji she deya ki kuncha shanse seya tela tindi chila shagu kores.
So as we say those examples, we understand that we have love and kindness, right? So now the love, what we feel, what we have right now is for like our relatives, like our parents, like our teachers, right? Now we have to cultivate these things. Now we have to those love, kindness they have some boundaries, right? My relatives, my teachers. Now we have to just open your heart and just we have to think. We have to what we say, those kindness, those love toward all sentient beings, not only for a few communities or not only for a few relatives or so. We have those qualities. Now we have to expand. We have to think about all sentient beings. There is called universal love kindness. The things for not for some special some relatives, right? Some specific communities or specific group, but for whole sentient beings. May all sentient beings get a joyful life. May all sentient beings get free from suffering. These type of thinkings, we have to open heart. This is called the universal loving kindness.
Tanda de da tindegi kuncha shanzi de ane kuncha shanzi sananda nyeji champo sananda shamba champo sananda da de rangju le ya jeya le ya da tindegi jeya ki tap de la ya ane tunjin ane drupa ane kechen pangwa tindegi da tindegi shamba de shibi thone ane lojang jene jikuya jires.
So for cultivate those type of feeling, universal love, kindness, for the how to cultivate those feeling toward all sentient beings, we need to understand, we need to study, we need to get all what we say, we need all informations, and we have to clear the obstacles, right? And then slowly practicing. So it's a what we have to do is we have to first know about the obstacles and how to cultivate those things through education, through and through getting knowledge. This is the main things. We have to know which is obstacles and how to get how to cultivate those feelings toward all sentient beings.
Ta tanda ngazu ta pamagi ta soso ta nanjun jawa me de sa ke pamagi singchen la na ane gariche ne kolia kotulia ane jamba ta jawa gariche ne le gu gu yore ne ta jawa chi ta ta telia chi lo condition ne ta chi gariche ne chong gu gore soso jawa ta jawa ya me soso ngoya sing me telia jamba ta jawa gariche ne chong to gore jusen gariche ne chong gu gore 세야 너무 찔레그로다
So as earlier, we have to cultivate the universal loving kindness. So when we talk about the universal loving kindness, it's a feeling toward our own enemies or toward the whole sentient beings, right? Now there's some question arises that, for example, we have three different types of people, right? Some are our relatives, and some are we don't like that, right? Sometimes we say that enemy, right? So some we didn't like it, and someone that is like a neutral, means we didn't have we didn't have any what we say, the things about those people, and we didn't have attachment, or we have we didn't feel that this is my enemies, right? I think you understand this. Three peoples are some three peoples. For example, if you take three peoples, some which we like it, which they are relative, we have attached toward them, and the other we didn't like it, right? And the other one we didn't have any feeling toward them, neutral, right? So there's a question arises that why we need loving kindness toward those peoples. We didn't have any feelings toward them.
That Delia Pa Jusin Yaja Sanchi Patang Bayana Chana Pamatan Giganta, the Zula Karichin Shantile Geres, Sines Paji Trawaji Trabayana. And Suzuki San Kari Togorisna, Pama de Gita Susulia, Chanjuntan, Susulia, Pentotan, Suzuki Digitan, Tesukanga, Pamala Tene Yunguto, that's Shen, Tesukanga, Gigala Tene Yunguto, Tesuki Shantilla Tene Susu, Debu Yunguto, Tongema Chagudo Seaki, that Jose Tela Tene Pamalea, and Chi Shanzilia, Gigala Shanziliaki, Joseta Sana Tenda Vucherota.
So when this type of question arises in your mind, at that time we have to ask question to, one sort of question. If you didn't have a feeling toward, we didn't have a feeling toward those people, and why you have a feeling toward your parents, and why you have a feeling toward your teachers? So that time there's answer arises in our mind that because the parents and the teacher, they take care of me, right? Because of their kindness, I survive. Because of their education, because of their help, and they educate me. That is why I love toward my parents. I love toward my teachers, right? This is answer which arises in our mind.
Telehinaya Suzuki Shansi Shambada Zawa Legugundos. Kanyasana Pamaki Sechin La Tene and Rani La June Dawata, June Donge Seati Chegutos. Da Pechamba Mazu Dari Mazu Kamba Dena Debuchibu Chinetachi Deate, Tindika Kamba De, Da Tunche Jange, and the Kamba De Dachi Yonla Yunkong. ane nga zu tanda de chasu su desa gi tinde ki gange se thau je de ken ki tinde mangbu chi nga chu ge ngo sing ge yo mare la nga chu ge thönyo yo mare la nga chu ge ji ndawa ya yo mare ina de chu gi ta chi xiao mangbu chi ge thone nga chu long je ne da ji de bu gange me ba de bu je bu je ne ji nga chu ji sang chu ji len je ya na da kari na ji tinde ke ne khan sang bu chi nga chu long je de ya de
So the same, as earlier we tell that why we love toward the neutral persons, right? And the person who we didn't have any feeling toward them. And then the next time we ask a question, why you love toward, why you have some feeling toward your parents? And said that there's an answer is that because they take care of me, they help me, they give me education, right? So then the same. There's an answer. There's one answer is that the neutral, the person who didn't have any, you didn't have any feeling toward them. We are also depend on them. There's, for example, you can take this example when you, for example, right now we are in this assembly hall. So right, it's so wonderful. Everything's protected, everything comfortable, and everything we have here right now. just think that those person who made this building, right? So we don't know. We even know the name of those persons. We even see those faces. We don't know, but due to their help, due to their their kindness, right now we feel safe, and we are we comfortable, and we have all things. Not only this assembly hall, we have to think about our own the house and home, right? Because whatever we use right now is because those things are made by, those things are due to some person who we never met, we never see those faces, but due to their help, we got all the things. We feel right now, we feel safe. We have everything right now is due to those persons. So that is why it's that it's important. There's all other the person we didn't have any feeling toward them. Those are also from root. I mean, from there we can get some happy life. We can get everything. Means not everything. What we say, we are. From this example is give us the message that we are depend on them.
ane ta tanda yanja khatu yanja pha yanja san yanja shithar chi pa tamba yana ane phama gi so le shanti chebi ke ta shanti chebi ta ji dongye se ya ta dawa thende gi shanti ki thone chawa chebi go ngobo ta ji choteagi choi ama phamagi sosole teagi choi yananta daji desagi khamba yananta goyagi dolo yananta tajo chama ane ji chote so kawane legeme degi thone goyda dolo to so kawane yongoyeme ane denalo ta oma da boteba no oma de losa ne to so ne kawane yongoyeme tajo kanga sinjin soso ngoma sheche da ji jawa meju ji 자네 전체 지구 토네 알레네 아니 대기 토네 파마기 대수기 뭐부터 베짓다네 맞을이야지 동해세야 동해 다와 제야 어떤지 뭐부터 소이나 대기 용자 용콘도서 그가 소소 경험마 시켜당 소소 다음에 저기 생긴 된지라 되는 연구요래스.
So just think a little deeper, So okay, so for example, the mother gave us a food, cloth, and water. Yeah, right. So if you think a little bit deeper inside, you know that those water and those food and those clothes, everything are depend on other, right? Where it come from? If you little bit think deeper inside, you can find that these are, how many people work hard to get these things, right? So this example, these things, these type of things will give us a message that the like a food the mother give it to us is depend on how many people work hard to get that one, right? Through those examples we find that we all are depend on other.
Tatena jinki gigengi sosolia ji shenye tebe kabdelina ya ta shenye tesa gi ta duson na lole che ya mena ta ya ji deb che ani nyugo che ta jude jude tamala shogo tinde mambuchi tadi che guro ta duzo khanga gi ta chajin duzo ji lole duzo yonga yosa yonkon kawane kambune kari ge sowa heta ani degi soya ge shenda degi san kande khoba ta ani devi na degi ta ji dev duzo shogo duzo kane sogo yoba duzo tama ji zogen gi kanza ta telia ji june ta dedia gi senje mambuchi ngaso gi ta ngosun dawa mejo ta ji ngoma ji mambuchi yimba yina ya desu ge to ne ngaso ya pen to de ya ji ta kange se de ya ji ani bama ge sejen to so gi to ne ya yung de ya ji res.
So and also take an example like for example your teacher when we are in the school and college, right? So at the time the teacher teach us, teacher is what we say as earlier is very kind for us, we have a feeling toward them, but also at that time and during in universities, college, and that time whatever we use, like today, this time we have a computer, laptop, and many things we have, right? So, and also at that time what we are using, like the pen and pencil and the books, everything, if you think a little bit deeper inside, you know that the person, those who made those things, we don't know. We even see their face. But due to their help, due to their support, we use different types of laptops and many different types of electronic device. So if you think a little deeper, you can find that those person, we are depend on those persons, right? As earlier, this is actually what the Rinpoche want to teach us is we are depend on the whole, many person, the neutral one. As earlier, the neutral means the person who we didn't have a feeling toward them. So why those persons are important for us? It's given. He want to give this message. Those person. If as we said that why we need feeling toward those persons. So all these examples give answer that why we need feeling toward those persons, because we are dependent on those persons. It doesn't mean that we didn't see them and we didn't know them. It doesn't mean that those persons are not helpful for us. We are dependent on those persons because in different ways, right? So they are really helpful for us. So it's important to feel toward them.
Tende chichep ta sozulia ta sosu tang ti tawa mutemba da sosu ki ta ki sozulia ta kala magasa sosu ki magasa phage ki na sosu magaken tende ki dada de solia ani shanze de kyongo gore se ya de yungoro da ta.
So, as earlier, we have 3 different types of person, right? So those are relatives, those like our family member, we have a feeling toward them. And the second one, we already talked about the person those we don't know, and why we need love toward them. Right? Now the third one, like we didn't like those, some persons we didn't like it, right? Sometimes we say they say enemy, or I didn't like it, he harmed me. So why now is the third one? Why we need feeling toward those persons?
Ngarang samsu chebayena ane kuzuliya lapato ki shamba dan zawate le kuhsa ki mengone de susuki.
So my own experience, my own feeling that it's very important that according to your parents and other neutral person, right? So we have to feeling toward those enemies, those of the person, those we didn't like it, right? So it's important that we have to feel toward them. It's very important.
Ngazu tagi kecha tambu chunga deres me so tang so yin ba yana shangzi ki rangshin shangzi ki ngo yula den de gen ki shata res se ki kecha deres korang dende ge so ki maga sa yin da ko chu maga ken den kanda data yin ya rangshin korang ge sen de shangzi den bi sen ji red ko yula yo deres.
So as I earlier, so we have a love kindness, we have a loving kindness, right? So even the person we didn't like it, but he has also a love kindness. He has. So he is also having a loving, means he has those inner qualities. It doesn't mean he doesn't have he or she, or doesn't matter. What the person we didn't like. Right now we are talking about the person, those we didn't like them, right? So it's what we are talking is why we need love kindness toward those persons, the persons who is not those are like our enemies and those we didn't like it. So here the answer is from his Rinpoche is saying that his own experience said that this is very important according to other two persons. We have to we have to feeling toward them is very important, because he is also the same human being and he has a love kindness.
The karjene da ko sosuki data buchi chawa the sosuki karjene tongo yorosena da pinje tinde insikere da koranki charanliya jenje cheya da kondo saya da da ji chadu cheya da a tinde ki tone da sosuki da ji data buchi da sosu magasin da tinde ki chene da data buchi da uyo jirwa.
So when you feel when you think that he is not, I didn't like it. Why? Because he has done something bad for me, and he has said something bad, something bad words, says something bad words to me, or he has something done bad things to me, right? That is why I didn't like him. I didn't, because he is not a good person. So I think this is the reason that why we don't like that person.
Dagi kichadere Quran ya rajin shanze ge rajin tan temba yimba yena ya kuge karichene shanze de tone soso gabu jesa gabu gu da chole ya na ba tema toba ji control tan ji jenje da tinde je de ade karichene kuge chu tinde sene naba de Quran shanze rajin da temba yena ya control de tinde yang gu tone ngaso magasa je go sa de karichene
So we didn't, for example, I didn't like this person, right? Because he says something bad toward it. So if he says something bad things or something done bad, then there's a question why he did these things toward me, right? Why he says some bad words to me? Why he do something bad things to me? So there's a question arise.
No, what
we say, as I said earlier, that the whole sentient beings have a love, kindness, right? He has all have a love and kindness. Why he did something bad toward me? Why he said something bad to me? Why he did something bad to me, right? So this is type of question arise. If
Quran ki tsu maya yana junje yana da kontro sosul kontro chia da chama Quran ya rawa me ba tesu kanga ngasu se marong ba nimu se ate chago res.
So as earlier, why he has a love compassion, means he has a love kindness, and he did something wrong to me. Why he did this one? So we have to think a little bit deeper, and say he did because of his negative emotion. That's why he always said that Rinpoche just told us that we need more feeling toward those people. Why? Because he did the bad things to us, but because of his negative emotion, he is controlled by the negative emotion. That's why he done those things, bad things to us. So he didn't have any freedom because he is controlled by the negative emotion. That's why he did all these things.
Tende yendu Quran ge shanzi tempe ge rajin ge shanzi tempa me chin ba yana ko dik tole ya ki dik tolon drum ba Quran ge ta ji me sheba me shepe ge ta ji mo ba ki ti tone ji ta control dan ne sen tende yong de ya de Quran la rawa me ba ki tone le de ya ji
So he did those things, bad things, or he says something bad words or something, he harm us or he something bad things because of his ignorance. Because he is controlled by the negative emotion, right? Because of his ignorance, he done bad things to us. So from those feeling, those experience, means those knowledge, it give is those knowledge which give us what we say, the knowledge that because he did it because of his negative emotion, because of his ignorance, right? So he actually he has love and kindness. As I said earlier, everyone has a love and kindness. He done bad things because of negative emotion, because he is controlled by the negative emotion.
Tindi indu ta Quran le ya ji kundu ta ta ji ne sen ta tindi yoba ta tene Quran le ya ji bu yongo ga mares. Te ma se me shamba tsuki ya khole ya gabu jenge ta khole ya nyabu chike nyonyo chago res.
So when someone is controlled by the negative emotion like a hatred, anger, so those person actually they didn't have a peace in their mind, right? They have some what we said the different they didn't have a peace, and also the other persons and other people, they also didn't like him. So if you see those like some angry person, so if you those example, if you find that we find that those who have always become angry, and he didn't have a peace in his mind, and also he didn't have any friends, right? So the people didn't like him. So yeah.
Tindi indu Quran nekol la ya tindi ki Quran ya gange chimbu chi chadi yores. Da ya di june nyemo ba di ki sen di ki tone da ji nga zu na ba ki tone sha ba yana di ki tone le ngem ba ki sa go yore le ngem ba de la tene jabu dongi chi ane nyo go ya chi chadi go yores.
So if we according to Buddhist perspective, right? So saying that right now, due to the negative emotion like hatred, anger, it will cause trouble for one's life. In future also, it will, due to the what we say, the sin, what the bad things he done it. Due to that one, he faces lots of problem in future also. So those who controlled by the negative emotion, he will face. Right now he will face also many problems, and in future also he will face lots of problems.
Tindi ki ta ji soso ki ta ka tindi ki da de ya haba do ta ji zawa dang haba le ya ji shamba ki le go ya ji cha du do ko ngone dongi je ta ngone de korendos.
So that's why I'm saying that those persons are really our what we say the feeling, when we feel those persons are really very important for us to practicing love, compassion, kindness, right? Because from the earlier example we said, if he is controlled by the negative emotion, that is why he will do many bad things, and right now he has to face many problems. In future also he has to face many problems. So those person we didn't like, these are the main the main person to what we the person where we what we say practicing love, kindness, and those are the person we have to feel toward, we have to feel love, kindness toward those persons. It's very important because they are controlled, all the earlier what we explained those things.
Chetanga ta tende susu ki dratele ya Korangi juji sen tuba jenge ki nyemo tesu ta duja resha sang gogo yore. Yena ya nyemo tiki wangi kanza tela rawa meba jiki chane kanza Koran ya gange mabu chi chaya nego gange mabu chaya june ya ji jama ji ya gange tiki tohne jabu duja chaya o tende ji yombi ki sana tane tende ki nyemo tende
So we have to distinguish these two things, So we have to love towards the person, and their action, what they have done, their action like their negative, that hatred, anger. We have to against the hatred, anger, and those negative emotion. We are not against the person. We have to distinguish these two things. It's very important. We have to love toward the person, but we have to against toward those negative emotions like hatred, anger.
Tanda sanji ki sung lo ya tobi nyemu da sishin nyemu dangde kanza me se sung yo shwa te kar sung go rchana toba sanji chonde deki nyemu bade da yin bade zigo yo res yina ya nyemu jula timbe kanza te da ma res nyemu dangde kanza me se.
So Buddha Shakyamuni already give this, this teaching to us, and he's saying that I saw an enemy, the negative emotion, those hatred, anger. Right? These are my enemies, not the person who, who become hatred or who become, anger. So, as earlier, we have to distinguish the difference between the person and these emotions, like the hatred, anger. So that's why Buddha is saying that I saw enemies. The hatred, anger is the enemy, not the person who, who is controlled by the anger, hatred. So as I said earlier, we have to distinguish these things. We are against the negative emotions, the hatred, anger, not against the persons. Means we have to love toward the persons and against the emotion, negative emotion, hatred, anger.
Ta zawa ta one thane ki zawa jesa te jesa joro zawa jesa te donge one nyu de sa kil zawa chego gora tinde donge ta teru chena sambe zawa chego gore ta dawa teru chena sambe chamba le gora 동문에 단에 동에 뉴데서 문에데 길이야 자와단 장발레 고고요라스.
So for example, if you take love, kindness, love, kindness, right? Kindness is a wish that may all sentient beings become free from suffering, right? Kindness. So if you see that those who have a suffering, those who have facing suffering right now, right? Those who are facing suffering, we have to think, we have to feel toward those people, right? So those who have a suffering at that time, we have to feel that may this person, these beings will free from suffering, right?
다 동에 뇽데케 문에데 소자고르서나 니모기 야완도 네베기 생체 참아 동에 제 문에 전에 대소 차대고 그랬어. 인도 바마기 시진레나 바마기 시진이나야 니모기 양완 주비기 시진 여바레 다이나야 니모기 양완도 주비기 시진 여바레 아니 소소게 니 파마도줄레나 니모기 양완도 주비 시진 나로레도고 디tam발 조체 문에 다네 산 콜이야 동에 가르치기 공연에 좀 붙어내 될야 자왈레 고야데 동에데 강이 받대 못 처비 토네 될야지 자왈레 고야데 아니 지 자와 문에 대전 담비 자와데 레토야지 되게 토네 연구 그랬어.
So for instance, we take an example of love, kindness. As I said earlier, it's a wish that all sentient beings, the sentient beings, free from suffering, right? So this type of wish and this type of feeling, it's come when we see the persons or the beings who have some suffering, who face those problems, right? When see those sentient beings or those persons or those beings, when they have some suffering, at that time we feel that may these beings be free from suffering, right? So now, may all the sentient beings, as I earlier, the three persons, right, or relatives or enemies or the neutral one, everyone actually they are controlled by the negative emotion, right? So they have, due to this self-centered attitude, ego clinging, this sort of what we said, the negative emotion. We all are controlled by this negative emotion, right? So these are the main cause of suffering. These are the main root, or like a main very important things that due to that one we whole sentient beings face different types of sufferings. So now when you understand, when you know that due to this one we all face suffering, we all have different problems. So when you understand those things, then automatically there's a love and there's a kindness arise in your mind toward those whole sentient beings, whether it's your relatives or whether it's your enemy or whether it's your we don't know, the neutral one, right?
Ta mazu tanda nangju dembe ki muli Rinpoche chi to deba deke nangju ki to ne sang tende chi tang ne ta chi donge ngone yongsa de nimu bege yawang to jubi ki to ne kange mo chi the deba sinjen de zule ya zawa tende le to ya ki nangju ki beje tang to ya chi cha de yore de ma do chi these ki ta chi 강에 세야 다 딘데치 자와 다 딘데치 맞죠 딘도도 주이나 용어요 그래서.
So right now we have an intelligent mind, right? We have the mind, a wonderful mind is different from many other beings. So right now we have this intelligent mind. We have to use this one. So like a little bit, for example, like helping other, this type of things are even in some animals, in some animal also they have this type of feelings. But we have an intelligent mind, so we have to use this mind, not like not for just for a simple small one. We have to use this mind, this intelligent mind, and think more and more all these examples. Through those examples, we can find that we have a wonderful mind, and we can use this mind, and through this mind we can cultivate universal love and kindness.
Tanda senjen tunduchoyinaya sosogi jongbeke pama tosolya ji kange mathe chona sa tyan da pota ane ji sosogi chet dongye seya gi thachi je da pota ta tindi gi kange de ko so tundu ta da ngaso ji maji ji dan ne ngaso chogi na nangjin ne ji meji la kange the yunde tamala da ji 강에 대 세로 지나선 비기 다 자와다 지레기도 대 강에 동에 대 딘데게 강에 동에 대지 동에다 딘데지 뭐지 토네 델야 데이터게 산 지불했어 단다 나니 저 단다 처치사게 시대야 돼 니모 비기 장와도 지비기 딘데 강에 태되게 델라 아니 지 동에지 데로 지나선 비 자와대 다대 동에 오늘게 다 자와체사게 동해 용에 들이야 동해 때 무슨할 때 기토네 차바 디기 차바 그 토네 차바 치토야지 개첨부 지랬대.
So for example in some animals also they have they have this type of feeling also. They have their love toward them their mothers, right? So also they have a feeling toward them. So normally we also have this type of feeling towards our relatives that he or she will what we say is that she will free from suffering, right? So these are the suffering. Actually the sufferings are different types of sufferings. There's a suffering of suffering, right? So we just think about the suffering of suffering means he has a little bit physical problems, or when we have at the time we feel that he will be free from that suffering. So this type of suffering is a small, and this is not a special things we have, but this type of suffering and this type of feeling is also in the animal also.
제가 단다기 자와 제사기 다 동해 강에 태드사기 동해 들려 지단 동해 들라 나보 송치고로 동해지 동해세야다 주위 동해세야다 차바 되지 동해세야 동해 송치고요. Tindu Tan, da Dungi Dungi Siagi, Tachi Zawa de Dangaran, so Naju Yundia, Niedan, Susuliachi, Niedan, the Suliachi, Gangi Tesona, Gangi de Seruchina Sampi, Sambachi, the Reglet de Domato, Chiki, Susu Dada, the Zulia, Gangi de Seruchina, Samba the Late Mundo, the Carasana, Gangi Seruchina Chibis, Gangi, Tindig Dungi de. Dungi Dungi, Chibuchile San Kodiachimato, Chaba Duji Dungi, Nimubi, Jawan to Chipiki Dungi, Delia San Tan, Dedan, Teagi, Dungi to Musima to be Diki Chenchene, Samba Jachunu Chadia, Chicha Waters.
So right now we have like this is we have the suffering. He said 3 different types of suffering: suffering of suffering, cause of suffering, and the root cause of suffering. Right? So in Tibetan we say the Kyabar Dujegi Dungwal, the main, the main cause of suffering. It's like a main cause here, right? The root of main one. So the first one, suffering of suffering. So normally we just we are just understand. We didn't understand the root cause of suffering, but we understand the suffering of suffering. So the suffering of suffering is normally not a human being, but not a we, but also in some animal also, they will also understand this suffering, suffering of suffering. So that is why normally we think that we are just wishing that we are free from this suffering only, the suffering of suffering. And we didn't understand the main cause of suffering. So we didn't know the main cause of suffering, the main things why because of the lack of information, means lack of knowledge, or what we say, we didn't understand the main cause of suffering.
Tatanda tanda den mambo she de ga jusen toto poya de garikan pongu go ye pon togu go ye sambe rawanda but gariche go yesna.
So I have said too many things here. So my aim, what I think, what my intention is. My intention is.
Da kuncho shanzi se de danda susuli meba yinba yinaya kuncho shanzi ki loja cher tangi jusen kashi chi denala ya shedia ji yins.
So my intention to talk with you about all the things is to cultivate, loving kindness, a universal loving kindness, how it is important and why we need this one. So how it is important and why do we need this one. This is the main intention to try to talk with you, and this is my intention to during this time what I have already asked. I will already told you, this is because I want to explain why the universal love and kindness is important.
Concha shanti the condition let to give jutin ripasan tanga nge chuzul modre ratre to yores.
So from wisdom, from explanation, I want to tell you that why we need this one. How to if someone who want to practice those things and those through those wisdom, those from examples, we can understand that why we need this universal loving kindness, right? So from all this, what I share with you through all this example, it's give us a message, that it give us a knowledge that why it is important, universal loving kindness.
Susuki dawa de chama yenla tene yungu yoba. Susuki kange seya de yenla tene kange segu yoba.
So if we have some problem, it will also depend on, means it will clear through someone else, right? So we are depend on other. And if you want a happiness, if you want a happy life, it also depend on other. So both a happy life, and also if you want to, but if you have some problem, it's also through someone else, someone due to help of other people, we can purify, we can clean those obstacles and we can free from those suffering. So these both examples show us that we all depend on others.
Then I think Pagin one Susolia Magawa Tant and the Chevatea, Kurang Ranchi, Shanti Ranchi, Dempa Yimba Yenaya, Nemo Bata, Sem Mandua, Tindiki, Gonsi Yamba, Tiki Chen Chene, Jigi Danda Bachi Chapa Mato, Kola Rame Bachita, Kola Jik Nemo Piki Shawan to Kola Rame Bitonic Sosol Chede Biki Kangin Tindichi Nalu Kochuti res, Tindichi Chudebagi, Chudekin Kamatu Tamalia, Tindik Kangete, Nalu Matsua Chita, Tindik Kangetelia, Treagi, Zawata, Tena Yambi, Zawata, that Tindik Kanget, Tene, Dawa, Tindichi Toranyabe, Shambati, Matsugi, Sana Tango, Jusen Chia Teresias.
So, as I earlier, so the person like our enemies, right? Those we didn't like it. So those people are, also they have a love, kindness, right? And there's no doubt. But they are controlled by the negative emotion. They are controlled by self-centered attitude, ego clinging, right? Due to that one, he doing something bad toward us. He will do something. He says something bad, and he is against us. So, because he is controlled by the negative emotion, hatred, anger, self-centered attitude, ego clinging, right? So, from these things we can understand that how it is means he is not in control, means he is under control by negative emotion. That's why we need we have a feeling toward them. He is so, for example, those person who is controlled by the negative emotion, he has to face. Right now he has to face the problem. In future also he has to face problem. So in those, if you think a little bit deeper inside, then you can find that he is much more important for me. He is, I have to feel toward those person. How I have to feel. I have to, I have to feel toward that he will be free from suffering. So those person who are controlled by the negative emotion, he or she or all the beings, they will face many problems.
Tadanda take Jajunlia, Junjuki, Tichi, Shobayena, Jiden Dawa Chinipa, taking Jente de Lechung, Jiden Donge Chinipa, taking Rande de Lechungs. But they in the Tamalta, Taki Kondo Shobak, Tonda, the Taki Kondo Shotare, Tate Jajungi, Junjuki Tichire. Susuki Dawa country Jomba Yembayana, Yala Ten and Jongo Yoba, and Soso Kangi country Yomba Dea, Soso Rani Kibuki, Soso Ranchi Tati, Yamuta, Tindik Tone, Yondawachi, Songorda.
So there's a word in Bodhicitta Avatra, there's a so if you want, in a simple word, we can explain that if you want a happiness, you have to depend on other. We are, our happiness is depend on other. And if we have some problem, it is due to our own self. Means due to the negative emotion, due to self-centered attitude, so due to ego clinging, right? So it's at the end, it means Rinpoche said that the whole what we have talked today, at the end, this Bodhicitta Avatara, this stanza give us a message that if you want a happiness, the happiness is depend on other. And what we have felt like some trouble and means some problem or some what we say suffering is due to ourselves. Means it give us a direct message that our suffering, our unhappy, it means what we say, all those troubles is due to our negative emotions. If we are controlled by the negative emotion, we have to face all this problem.
That Tindiki, Lojongi, Rimbeki, Tone, Tachi, Kundi, Yansi, Tene, Anita, Gonsa, Shanti, Ji, Suzuki, Tolia, Ji, Yontoalia, between Jia, then was Tamagi, Gain in Paris.
So what we talk during this time, we through some what he shared to us through those examples, we can it's helpful for us to cultivate universal love, kindness. So through those examples, if you think a little bit deeper inside and just figure out and analyze, through experiment, we can find that how important it is and why we need this toward all the sentient beings, right? If he is a relative or neutral or someone you didn't like it, so why we need those things. Through those examples, we can understand that it is very important how important the loving, universal loving kindness is.
Tende Gonsa ki Shantideva ji yoba yinba ina ane ji susulia jinang tang ngata meba shede pape ne toya ane pe chomba jeba ina ngazu tanda ji jeju yoba jawa yina bu choda ane ji jawa ki matamba gende tang ane mada Teresa desu tabajila pa ji deba ina ta susu 다 시대 밥에 임바 마치 되게 돈에 매 심바 mambuchil이야 동에서야다 시대 전투야지 용득도 아주 참아 고전 코란수기 기상 건저 상지기 냥래 대 돈도 선바지 용대바 되게 돈에 용거였어.
So if we have this type of feeling, universal love, kindness, if we have this feeling toward all sentient beings, then we can get happy and peaceful life. For example, if you see some example like in His Holiness Dalai Lama, and also in India we say the Mahatma Gandhi, right? And also you can take an example like Mother Teresa. If you see those persons, why they are very peace and always love toward all sentient, means their love is toward all beings, right? They are very peace and they are little different from us. Why? Because they are practicing these things, love, kindness, universal love, kindness. When we have those qualities, we also get a peaceful life, joyful life, and also it's really very helpful for us through those examples. If you saw like this, Mother Teresa, Gandhi, and also His Holiness, you can understand that how important this is. If we have those qualities, we are also same as they are. So now I think it's time to stop. So we have to die now. This. Oh, the mantra of our Loketeshvara, right? Om mani padme hum, 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 Om mani padme hum. And thus, O Honorable Compassion Guru, we seek your blessing that all karmic debates, obstacles, suffering of mother beings may without rebate honor right now, and that is why give us happiness, virtues to others, and thereby invest all beings be blessed. Tene Jesu Lama Tujesha Manju Tuvi Tukdu Tungwaku Malu Tala Tala Mi Taki Tiki Shala Tangwayi Tukun Dedang Dembara Chingi Lo Chanchu Simcho Rinpoche Maki Panan Kikyu Shi Kyawa Nyamba Meba Kone Gontu Pewa Sho May the precious and sublime bodhicitta not yet born be born, and that has been born to the line, but increase forever.
Thank you.